Hello, hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome to Wednesday, April the 8th, 2020. As people are coming in, just going to make sure all these mics are working okay. Cool. Everything's working. All the mics are on. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to take these off and let's get started. Thanks, everybody, for showing up, being here. Hope you had a good week since last time I saw you. You got to play your drum in between. If not, that's why we're here. Maybe we can just start off with a short visualization and meditation, just checking in with yourself. Give yourself the opportunity to let go of the day. If you will, just put your arms by your sides. Just following your breath. Following your breath in. As you follow it in, imagine it going down like water, filling up and then out in every direction. And then up into your upper lungs. As you breathe into your upper lungs, lifting up the sternum, letting the shoulder blades relax. Just let your shoulders wobble a little bit. Move your hips, do a little shimmy so your shoulder blades or your shoulders and the shoulder blades can just be super, super relaxed, creating a fluid-like motion between the shoulders all the way to your fingertips. Imagine your cable of energy moving up your spine and branching out the base of the neck, imagining 2 points here at your shoulders, 2 points at the elbows, 2 more points at the wrists, 2 points on each thumb, 3 on each index, middle fingers, lighting up, ring fingers, pinkies, 14 on each hand, 28 knuckles, 2 wrists, elbows, shoulders, back to the base of your neck, down your spine, and then through your legs into your knees, calves, ankles, and soles of the feet, going down to the center of the planet and shooting right back up in a fraction of a second, all the way through all those points of light, and then just feeling the pads between the knuckles, feeling them get filling up with fluid. Gravity's pulling on them. And as gravity pulls on them, make sure we don't hunch because it's going to slowly happen as you drum, lifting up the sternum and letting the shoulder blades relax. And at any point, trying to tune into that. Yeah? Okay. Put your arms on your lap for a second. And let's see if you can stay in that really relaxed position as you are right here. Right? Feel your arms dripping off your neck into your fingers and lifting your hands up as if you're a marionette this way, up, and then just dropping it here that way, right? And then these 6 sockets, super, super loose. Give yourself another shimmy. Let the shoulders shake a little bit, and then feeling all 6 points move. And then what we're going to do is we're not hitting or banging or striking. We're throwing and bouncing and lifting. So what I'd like you to try is the idea of pulling your hands back and throwing your hands on the top of your lap, closer to your knee, and then pulling them back, right? Just kind of like a big tractor. So pulling with your back, shoulder, elbow in that order, and then wrists, and then the fingertips are the last things to come out. And then you bring it up like almost like a tractor, the way it would rotate and that kind of ellipse motion, coming this way, right? So then our pulse can be over here. Just throwing, and you're not using your hand energy at all to put your hands on your laps. You're just throwing them down, and the job is to pull it up. The next thing would be same exact motion, but now you're going to bounce. You're just going to touch your skin for a second and keep the revolution happening, like 1E and 2E and just like that. Both at the same time, so both sides of the brain are doing the same thing. They're not competing with each other. That's it. And then if we separate them, done, 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 done. One hand to the other. Now feeling the loop in each. What happens a lot of times, you leave one down, it looks like you're coming up, but that's an optical illusion. You really have to bounce each one, right? So you're kind of like going differently, kind of like a bicycle. You never stop, right? Just keep your foot on the pedals and keep the tension just there a little bit all the time. As opposed to swiping and then like letting it coast and swiping and letting it coast. Not like that. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Nice and evenly. The same amount of energy. The point of contact with your skin is just part of the circle, right? If we go twice as fast as that again, we would go da 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Still throwing and lifting, bouncing and lifting. If you forget, now you could go back to your first visualization and just lift up the sternum, breathing in, lifting up the spine, feeling spaces in the spine, relaxing your neck and your shoulders. Good. Do that with each hand, that speed, like this. Da, 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 da. And then 2 on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. We could do 4 on each hand like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bounce each time, just like you're dribbling a basketball. Both at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're feeling up to it, you could stagger them. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Teka 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 teka. Good. Now at your own speed, just from slow to fast, just feel that motion and whatever feels comfortable for you as you're bouncing 2 basketballs and feeling those wave-like flows of energy, like you're throwing a ball. It's going to be the same with each hand. Of course, we're going to start with our lead hand first, and then see how that feels, so that when I'm playing a drum, I'm doing the same exact thing. So hopefully that all makes sense. And if you go to the top of the sheet called the tones, the drum tones and rhythmic building blocks, if you don't mind pulling that up. So let's start with the second page for a second. Oh, there we go. Computer's just taking a second to think. On the second page, we'll do exactly what we say just for a second before we lift up our drums. So we have the pulse, right? It's the first level. The second is the feet. And I made the bass drum a little louder this time, so maybe you could hear it more. I'm not sure if it comes out to your computer speaker. So one side to the other side. You know, it's over here, so I don't get deceived. I have a cable going this way. So anyways, the pulse and then the sides of the body. That's the second level. The third level is the count, right? So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next thing would be the hands. And at first, if there's no subdivisions, if you're playing that exactly, 4 pieces of the pie, you're just going to throw each hand down. And then your hands are going to imitate the feet. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1. Now let's sing the 8th notes before we play them. So we're going to think 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, and then we double the hands and play that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And hopefully your feet are still going one to the other, from one side to the other. 1, 2, 3, 4. And before we play it, let's think the next level of subdivision, 16th notes. Tekka, 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 tekka. Before you play them, tekka, 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 tekka. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, or vice versa. And the count is still 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So think about all the levels that are happening now. The pulse, which is the sides of the right, left, right, left. The count is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then the subdivisions right now are doing our 16th notes. That's the fourth thing, right? So tekka, 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 tekka. Tune in to your internal mechanism and see if you could scan all those floors of the building, from the pulse to the feet to the count to the subdivisions. And then on top of all that, we could sing a rhythm. Let's do a simple rhythm like this. Doom, doom, tekka, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Doom, doom, tekka, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Doom, doom, tekka, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Doom, doom, tekka, tekka, doom. Keep going. Follow your breath for a second. Roll your shoulders back. Relax the neck. Right? So those 4 levels are concrete things that are happening inside of here. The 5th level, which is kind of the penthouse of the building, kind of transcends all of that and makes music. Doom, doom, tekka, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Tekka, tekka, tek. Tekka, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Tekka, tekka, a tekka, tekka, pa. Dekka, doom, tekka, ka, tek, doom, doom, pa. Cool. Make sure everything's loose, that you're not slamming, you're not tightening up here from here to here, which is something that tends to happen with us drummers. Let's not do that. Let's pick up our drums. I'm going to go through the tones a little bit faster today because we could spend a lot of times doing that. I want to focus more on playing some rhythms today. I learned a lot from watching there's only so much I go watching myself on these devices. Took many years for me to get used to be able to get to this place where I could video myself and stand to see myself. So thanks for bearing with me, and thanks for being part of this process. But it's all for the love of music, which, thank goodness, it's a great relationship. Ever since I was a toddler, I've been in love with music, and it's taken care of me. So let's pick up, I think most of us might have a frame drum. If you go to the top page now of that file, which where the rhythmic building blocks were, you have doom, tek, and ka, which are the same in pa. This is your sonic canvas. These are the brushes, and the tones are our colors, right? Doom is going to be a red tone, which is bass tone. Tek and ka, yellow tones. And pa is your blue tone. Just think of primary colors, right? Doom, tekka, tekka, pa. Doom, tekka, tekka, pa. Or red, yellow, yellow, blue, red, yellow, yellow, blue. All right, so let's get started. That looseness that you felt, feeling all the pads between each finger. The first pad is the one that touches the palm of the hand. Second pad here. Third pad, fourth pad. The other side of the fourth pad is your fingernail, right? The top is your fingertip. Say by the top pad, it's the part that's the center of your, well, not just the thumbprint, but the other top pad, fingerprint. So right in the center where the swirl, where your spiral is, right? That spot is a lot where your tek will touch for the tek and ka sounds, right? For the doom sound, for now, we're going to try to get all 4 pads in there, and that first pad specifically. Drop your hand one more time. Feel it relaxed. Now, as you can, lifting up, like I said, like a marionette from the wrist, as opposed to from here, because this is what happens. Not that. This way. Throw the hand on the drum, or unless the drum is between your legs this way. You could be doing this on a djembe or a cajon, and just take the heel of the hand and slip it back. So if you're looking at it this way, down here, push down in it, and then just take the heel of the hand and just push it back. Just take it off that way, just a little bit. So just an inch or two, pulling it off. And just how we were throwing it on our lap, we're going to throw our hand into the drum for a doom. Right? Doom, doom, relaxing the net, focusing on your breath. Good. Now let's try with the thumb. You're going to turn the hand this way, right? You're going to use the thumb this way. Use the bottom part of the thumb, somewhere halfway between the center of the drum and the edge of the drum. You're going to use the bottom of the thumb there. So doom, 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 doom. Twice as fast. Doom, 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 doom. And you're kind of turning your forearm that way. Doom, 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 doom. Super relaxed. Good. You could also do the doom with the fingertips. Now I really mean the fingertips where the finger meets the nail, just that way, not on the pads. Because if you try the pads, you get a little bit high-pitched sound. You want that low, deep, rich sound. By the heel of the hand can touch the side of the drum a little bit, and then just bounce off it. That's what's happening in slow motion. You could throw out just your index finger, or just your middle finger, or just your ring finger. Or you just might use all four of them, and they're all touched at exactly the same time, right? Or from the side, it would just look like this. Doom, 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 doom. Awesome. Good. Now let's take some text sounds. So obviously, if you take your hand and you push it all the way back and use to get that first pad, that first spirally part on where the skin meets the wood, you're going to lose the pinky a little bit. Of course, we could do text that way too. We'll get into that later. But for now, just all three fingers just bouncing off, and really feel how that's really pulling out as if it's the end of that tail, like you're throwing a ball, right? So that's tech, 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 tech. Now we could add any lips, and it would come this way. So it's always comes towards you, right? At first, you might stiffen up the wrist and feel what that feels like it's kind of a cone, right, from the elbow, and turn it this way. It would look like this, and then you loosen that first knuckle, and then you just really bounce, 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 bounce. Tech, 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 tech. Go twice as fast. Tech, 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 tech. Good. And then you could throw out each finger. If you just do the ring finger now, it would look like that. Just the ring finger, 2, 3. And notice I'm using my thumb as a counterweight. So you use a little bit of this motion, right? A little up and down. And then you could bounce the whole thing, right? So what? So first you just turn the forearm this way, right? And then you create an ellipse on that, a circle, right? And then you could throw the whole arm in there that way. Or you could just pick either one of those. You just do the straight up and down. You could do the circle too, or sometimes you'll just do the forearm this way, depending on how much speed you need. Tech, 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 tech. Good. Let's try the middle finger for a second by itself. Middle, 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 middle. Good. Middle, 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 middle. And the index finger. Index turning in now. Right? Remember the ring finger was turning in this way? The index finger has the opposite because the muscles are connected to the thumb. By itself, it will look like that, but I really use the thumb a lot to get the index in there. Check. Awesome. Let's do 3 on each finger, like this. Tech, tech, tech on the ring. Tech, tech, tech on the middle. Tech, tech, tech on the index. Again, ring, ring, ring. Middle, middle, middle. Index, index, index. Ring, ring, ring. Middle, 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 index, index, index. Ring, ring, ring. Now 2 on each like this. Ring, ring, middle, middle, index, index. Ring, ring, middle, middle, index, index. Slowly put your whole finger in the drum and get more of a doom sound, a dark sound. Ring, ring, middle, middle, index, index. Ring. Now let's do 1 on each. We'll go ring, middle, index, 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 ring. 1 more, ring, middle, index, ring. All right. So that same sound on the non-dominant hand is called ka. around. You got to find the sweet spot. So that sweet spot is, at first, in case I didn't explain this, you put your frame drum here, just behind the knee, instead of parallel to your torso. You're going to have it curved in towards your sternum. Pretend there's a string between your elbow and the center of the drum, and that string's going through your elbow, through the wrist, through the middle finger, and coming this way on this side, on this way. It's kind of coming up that way too. That first knuckle is over that way there, as opposed to coming back like this. It's over, right? And then obviously at first, you're not going to play that way, but at first you just practice opening up that wrist, throwing down, right? And just practice it flopping up and just relaxing down. And then you're actually going to come to it. So to get that first pad in there, you're going to notice I'm going to open up this place here, crawl inside into my one-person tent, and then come in from the side. So in super slow motion, I am coming right there, or the ring finger, or the middle, or both. If you have a doumbek, you might do both. So, you could also do a snap. We'll talk about that in a second, but some of you know how to do that already. So that's ka, ka. And also my thumb lays in this part where the ribbon is, and it gives a little energy forward, the thumb, so the drum doesn't fall back when I play some heavy doom sounds sometimes. So it's all about, if you could feel this going all the way back into here, into your back, into that first visualization that we did back here. Ka, 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 ka. Ka, ka, ka. Let's play with our two fingers. Let's do the middle first. Ring, ring. Sorry. Middle, 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 middle. And then switch to the ring, 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 ring. Back to the middle. Ring, middle, 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 middle. Good. And then the ring. Good. You could try both at the same time. Doesn't always sound great on a frame drum because if you don't have them right at the same spot, they kind of cancel out each other. Just imagine this as a big trampoline and each finger is a person. If you don't just go at the right spot, right time, it's going to flub, right? It's going to get this weird vibrational reaction. So just find the one that's good. Keep relaxing it all the way up. Good. And stop. So if you go back and forth, the idea is to try to get the same sound from both hands. So if we think this is our pulse, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. We would go tek, ka, just like we did in our laps. But now we have all this other thing happening from our shoulders to our fingertips and knowing how to throw the hand into the drum and how to pull it out. Ka. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Let's think eighth notes, but don't play them yet. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Now let's play it. Tekka, 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 tekka. Tekka, tekka, tekka. Awesome. And then 16th notes twice as fast. And tekka, 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 tekka. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. One more bar. Ready and stop. So let's try if we put some dooms and techs together. Let's go doom, doom, tekka, tekka, doom, doom, tekka, tekka. Right, first focus on what your hands are doing and the tones and the colors. Then once you get that, put some more energy back into your body and your breath. Make sure everything's relaxed. Everything that's holding that position is relaxed all the way from your fingertips back to your lower back. Tekka, tekka, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and doom, doom, tekka, tekka, doom, doom, tekka. And then if we do that twice as fast, it will go doom, doom, tekka, tekka, doom, doom, tekka, tekka, doom, doom, tekka, tekka, doom, or with the thumb. Sweet. Our third tone or color is the pa, or blue sound. just throwing the hand on the drum, just like little suction cups on the ends of the fingertips. Sometimes the heel of the hand will touch here, and as opposed to the doom where all this center was trying to touch, right? Now it's just basically the fingertips, and the heel of the hand might just be there as a guide, or if your drum's big, the rim of the drum might touch here, and then it comes over this way, and then the heel of the hand is not touching. But so many ways. What you don't want to do is pull out too fast, and you get that ring, that doom ring. You want it to make like a pop sound. That's why it's called pa, pa, pa. And just don't stiffen up right there. Everything's super loose, right? Just throwing it down as if you want to pull it out. It's not coming out. It's sticking to the drum. And also give it a little bit of a grab. It happens very fast in super slow motion. It's like that, pa. And that helps to mute the concentric circles of acoustical vibrations that are happening on your skin, right? Pa, pa. Let's go from doom to pa. Going from doom to pa is not hard, but going from pa to doom, you really have to open up and relax and bounce it. Pa, then open up, pa, doom, pa, doom, pa, doom, pa, doom, pa, doom, pa. That's it. Let's go doom, doom, pa, doom, doom, pa, doom, doom, pa, doom, doom, pa. Good. Let's put a few of these combinations together. You could go doom, doom, pa, then tek-a-tek, doom, doom, pa, 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 tek-a-tek. And you could double the tek-a-teks and go doom, doom, pa, tek-a-tek-a-tek, 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 doom, doom. Good. Relax. Now don't stop for a second. Right? Where's your pulse? Then right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. Count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Right. Internally, I'm thinking, am I going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2? No, I'm doing the most busiest subdivision, the smallest subdivision, which means 16th notes, because that's part of this rhythm. I'm going to think tekka 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 tekka. So all that's happening. Then on top of that, I'm just going to sing my rhythm. Doom doom pa, tekka tekka tek, doom doom pa, tekka tekka tek. Now you can start improvising on this if you like. If you're feeling all those gears and subdivisions happening, then you really can't go wrong. Everything's going to come out right. Doom, doom, pa, tekka, tekka, tek. Doom, doom, tekka, 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 pa. Doom, tekka, tekka, tek, tekka, tekka, pa. Tekka, doom, doom, tekka, tekka. Because inside I'm feeling tekka, 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 tekka. One more. Doom. Sweet. How's that feel? Just relax your hands right now. Put your hands on your side, especially your non-dominant hand. It's loosening up. Right? I mean, don't let it tighten up. It just wants to go up here. Both hands. So as you lift your hand up, right? This is relaxed. This is the playing hand, right? No matter what you're doing or whatever thing you're doing. And then this hand, as if it's on top of the drum, make sure you lift just like the marionette. You're going to lift it from the elbow now, not necessarily up this way, but definitely not this. So this would be here. And then as you lay your hand on your drum, this is as relaxed as you can be. And then the elbow might be lifted up here. And somehow magically, your elbow is being lifted from the ceiling or the sky if you're outside, right? And then all that's going to happen this way is instead of doing that. So now we're going to play through a bunch of different variations with all those 3 colors and 3 tones. And if there's any questions out there, Brandy is way over there, and she can answer you on the computer. And then she can relay them to me with a tin can and a wire, and I'll try to understand them. And then I could answer some of those if they're answerable, or if she can't answer them. All right? So, feeling all right? Make sure your arms are to the side and swinging. Let me find the sweet spot on this drum. I don't think I've found it yet. I was doing a recording session and I was tuning it around for this thing. Almost there. Get rid of this. Always tap around on your drum, and you just want to tap right where the nut is, and tap right there. And as you move around, can you hear the different pitches? Try to sing the note in this drum. And if one is too high or too low, then you bring it down. This one's a little high, actually, so let's take this one down. Try to sing it in your head as you're tapping around, right? So, and there's a lot of pitches in there, but just try to find that one that's consistent. All right. So let's go through a series. This is not written down yet, and then we'll start working on the notations. They're all updated, by the way, at about 4:17 p.m. today. So in case you did it before then, make sure you go into that notation link. And, you know, and I don't change them. So if some of you were here in January and going through them, they're still there. For safety, you could always download them and put them on your CD burner, and in whatever way you want to save them, on your computer, on a thumb drive, and you could collect these over time. And there's a lot of stuff. Sometimes I put a little bit more because I don't always go through everything, but it's better to have an excess, and so I'm always ready for you. Okay. So, and we won't take it too fast because we're going to go through this nice walking tempo, right? So don't forget, our pulse is here, just up and down, your spine, sides of the body, dun, da dun, da dun, da dun, right? Count. One's going to be over here. 1, 2, 3. So all those 3 things are happening at the same time, right? And inside, let's feel 16th notes like this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. We're going to play a pattern, then we're going to repeat it between 4 and 8 times, just depending how you do out there. I can feel it all. Let's do this rhythm first. The same one. We're going to go doom, doom, ah, tekka, tekka, tek. Doom, doom, ah, tekka, tekka, tek. Doom, doom, ah, tekka, tekka, tek. Doom, doom, ah. One more. Doom, doom, ah. Good. Now let's do this one. Tekka, tek. Doom, doom, ka. Tekka, tek. Doom, doom, ka. Tekka, tek. 16th notes at the beginning. Tekka, tekka, tek. Doom, doom, ka. Tekka, tekka, tek. Doom. You could also do snap. Tekka, tekka, tek. Doom, doom, ka. Tekka, tekka, tek. Doom. One more time. Now a variation on that. Going tekka, 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 tekka. Doom, doom, ah. Tekka, 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 tekka. Doom, doom, ah. Tekka, 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 tekka. Doom, doom, ah. Tekka, tekka. Throw your hands into the drum, throw your back into your hands and your arms first, and then that into your drum. 2 more. Tekka, tekka, doom, doom, pa. 1 more. The variation on that would go doom, doom, tekka, 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 pa. Doom, doom, tekka, 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 pa. Doom, doom, tekka, 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 pa. Doom, doom, tekka, 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 tekka. 2 more. 1 more. Let's do this one now. Tekka, tek, tekka, tek, tekka, tek, pa. Tekka, tek, tekka, tek, tekka, tek, pa. Tekka, tek, tekka, tek, tekka, tek, pa. Tekka, tek, tekka, tek. 1 more. Invert that. We're going to go tek, tekka, tek, tekka, tek, tekka, pa. Tek, tekka, tek, tekka, tek, tekka, pa. Tek, tekka, tek, tekka, tek, tekka, pa. Tek, tekka, tek, tek. Put a doom at the beginning. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka, tek, tekka, pa. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka, tek, tekka, pa. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka, tek, tekka, pa. 1 more. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka. Let's try this. Doom, tekka, tek. Doom, tekka, tek. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doom, tekka, tek. Doom, tekka, tek. Doom, the pa, doom teka tek, doom teka pa, doom teka tek, doom teka pa, doom teka tek, doom teka pa, doom teka tek. One more, doom teka tek. Now let's try this. Doom teka teka tek, teka teka pa, 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 doom teka teka tek, teka teka pa. Good. If you could swing that first ka, you could go doom teka teka tek, teka teka pa. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doom teka teka tek, teka teka pa. Doom teka teka tek. One more. Teka tek. Good. Now we're gonna go doom doom teka 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 pa. Doom doom teka 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 pa. Doom doom teka 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 pa. Doom doom. Good. A little variation. Doom doom teka 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 doom pa. Doom doom teka 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 doom pa. Doom doom teka 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 doom pa. Doom doom teka teka. Good. Let's try this. Teka doom doom doom. Teka doom doom. Slow it. Teka doom doom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Teka doom doom. Good. Change the last note into a pa. Teka doom pa. Teka doom pa. Teka doom pa. Teka doom. One more time. Teka doom. Good. Let's try this one. Teka doom teka pa. Teka doom teka pa. Teka doom teka pa. Teka doom teka. Two more. Teka. Good. Let's do this one. Teka pa. Teka pa. Teka pa. Teka. Two more. Teka. One more. Ready and stop. All right, relax your hands. Let's pull out some notation. How's it going? Is it all right? And in that same one, if you look on the bottom, actually, we won't do that. We're going to get to that in a second. Open up that. We did this last week. I'm not sure how many people are here this week that were here last week. I'm not sure how many people it's their first time here with us. I think we have 20 or 25 people or so looking online right now. If you're super new, we put up 3 videos on our online classes page, by the way. And those are a good primer before you jump in here about making sure you have the right swimming trunks on and the right flippers and the right goggles before you jump into these drumming waters. So those are really good. They go through the rhythm building blocks. There's that visualization, and there's also a video explaining the tones. I want you to open up the one that says, it's called Try This, Basic Building Blocks. We did this last week. I think the majority of folks were there. And we're just going to go through it. It just goes through all the tones. I'm not going to explain it. I don't want to explain too much today if we don't need to, and just play more. Everything's different doing things this way, and I learned some things from the last class. Okay? I think if we just repeat it, it'll just work itself out. So this has 5 sections, but each thing is exactly the same. It's doom, ka, te, ka, pa, ka, te, ka. So if you're a lefty, it's always left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Doom, ka, te, ka, pa, ka, te, ka. If you're righty, it's always right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Doom, ka, te. And in the second section, you double it. Doom doom ka ka tek tek ka ka pa pa ka ka tek tek ka ka tek tek ka ka pa pa ka ka. and then you play that at that same tempo. Then you go doom ka tek in the third section. Doom ka teka paka teka doom ka teka paka teka. Fourth section, you just do that same thing but double each one. Doom doom ka ka tek tek ka papa ka ka tek tek ka doom doom ka ka tek tek ka papa ka ka tek tek. And the fifth section, if it seems too fast, don't worry about it. Just sing it through. And it's going to go same tempo, but instead of going doom doom kaka tek tek kaka papa kaka tek tek kaka, it's going to go doom ka teka paka teka 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 doom, and then it goes back to the top. So we'll do it at a nice tempo. Where is my? See, I think sometimes I say doom doom kaka. So if we think about you would judge how fast you're going to go by your 16th notes, right? So my 16th notes, if we were at the same tempo, doom ka teka paka teka doom. I think we could all do that, right? If you just back and forth, right. So just to break it backwards that way, if we're at this tempo and you're going like this, teka 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 teka, just do that with me. Teka 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 teka. All I'm gonna do is put a doom on 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then on 5, you're gonna add a pa. Doom ka teka paka teka doom ka teka paka teka doom. Cool. So we can get it on this one. 1 second. Let me put just so you know what to practice. Where would that be? So I have a tap function on this one. I think we're about there, right? So that's 61. That's pretty good. 60 beats per second. That means, that's what a BPM means, beats per minute. So take 61 of these. Okay, so that's how you practice to that. There's 100 free metronomes out there. And you put the earbuds on with it, and then we'll take it away. Okay? So we'll give it a count. Take it from the beginning. 1, 2, ready from the top. And doom, ka, tek, ka. Second line, pa, ka, tek, ka. Third line, doom, ka, tek, ka. Fourth line, pa, ka. Now the next section, you double each one. Doom, doom, ka, ka, tek, tek, ka, ka, pa, pa, ka, ka, tek, tek, ka, ka. Doom, doom, ka, ka, tek, tek, ka, ka, pa, pa, ka. Good. Same thing, but you're gonna go doom, ka, tek, ka, pa, ka, tek, ka, stick, ka, tek, ka, pa, ka, tek. Doom, ka, tek, ka, pa. One more. And double each one. And go and doom doom ka ka tek tek ka ka pa pa ka ka tek tek ka ka doom doom ka ka tek tek ka ka pa pa ka ka doom doom ka ka tek tek ka ka pa pa ka ka tek tek ka ka doom doom ka ka tek tek ka. Good. And the last one going doom ka tek ka pa ka tek ka doom ka tek ka pa ka tek ka doom ka tek ka pa ka tek ka pa ka tek ka doom ka tek ka pa ka tek ka doom. Last line doom. And then back to the top. Here we go and doom. Ka, tek, ka, pa, ka, tek, ka. One more. Doom. Let's use this time to reset. Ka, pa. Next section, doubling each tone. And doom, doom, ka, ka, tek, tek, ka, ka, pa, pa, ka, ka, tek, ka, ka. Doom, doom, ka, ka, tek, tek, ka, ka. Awesome. Next section, same tempo, but alternate. Doom, ka, tek, ka, pa, ka, tek, ka, doom, ka, tek, ka, pa, ka, tek, ka, doom, ka, pa, ka, tek, ka, doom, ka. Now double each one and doom, doom, ka, ka, tek, tek, ka, ka, pa, pa, ka, ka, tek, tek, ka, ka, doom, doom, ka, ka, tek, tek, ka, ka, pa, pa, ka, ka, tek, tek, ka, ka, doom, doom, ka, ka, tek, tek, ka, ka, pa, pa, doom, doom, ka. Same tempo, alternate and doom ka teka paka teka 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 paka teka doom ka teka paka. Good. One more time for good luck. Here we go and doom ka tek. Check in with your breath. Pa ka. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. Doom ka tek ka pa ka. Next section and doom doom ka ka tek tek ka ka ka. Make sure you're bouncing. Doom doom ka ka tek tek ka ka pa pa. Good. Now alternate each hand. Doom ka Double each one. Fourth section. Doom doom kaka tek tek kaka papa kaka tek tek kaka doom doom kaka papa kaka tek tek kaka doom doom kaka tek tek kaka papa kaka tek tek kaka. Good. Last section. Alternate each one and doom ka teka paka teka 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 doom ka teka paka teka. 1, 2, ready and stop. Cool. So let's put your arm down for a second. It's a lot of playing. It's a lot of notes we've already done already. Right? Probably played a few thousand notes. Turn this up. Get yourself a drink of water. And then now we'll open up a new PDF in the file folder today. It's called Middle Eastern, I think it's called Arrangements for the Level 1 class. Yes. I think it might be called Middle Eastern Grooves for Level 1. Why I put it, there's arrangements on there, but it's okay. It's that one. If there's any questions, are there any, everybody's cool? Are there any questions? Oh, yonder friends? You don't see the chats? I don't see. Oh, good. Everybody's on the ball. Everybody's playing. It's a different day today. I don't know if you felt the pink super flux moon last night. It was epic. Super epic. It was beautiful.
Are you sure that you edited the right folder? Because I don't see what it's called, Middle Eastern anything. There's the melodic round.
No, that's the melodic. Yeah, no, it's in River Weekly Classes 4.8. I see it in there. Oh, my for some reason my Dropbox is off. Hold on, let me make sure my Wi-Fi is happening. I know why. It's on a different network. So hold on. It's it's refreshing right now. So much sorry about that. We could use this as our 2-minute tinkle break. So just go back in there, refresh that, and give it a minute while it's refreshing, because there's other recordings that are going there for the next class. It's a big file.
While that's refreshing,
Mm-hmm.
we have 2 people who would like a little bit more question or more clarification. One person is
2 clarification questions.
keeping her frame drum stable on her lap. So I gave her suggestions on lifting her leg.
Somebody has a problem with
but it's still moving around a lot. And then someone else would like a little bit more advice on getting the paw sound when you're going that fast.
Yeah, so the first question was, Brandy's just reading me some questions. How to keep your, first of all, you probably have a smaller drum, maybe. If you have like a 16-inch drum, the hardest drums to keep on your laps are the ones, this one's actually a 3.5 inch or so, or the ones like those mildly inexpensive Remo, what they call the hand drums, the pre-tuned drums. And that one doesn't want to stay on your lap so much. What you really need to do, the most important thing, is pretend you're always balancing your drum when it's on your lap, just behind your knee. Don't forget, not parallel to your torso, moving in this way. The flesh of the thumb of your hand at 12 o'clock. Find that sweet spot so you're never like grabbing or holding it, because then that'll constrict usage of your motion over here, right? Okay. Hold on a second. No wonder they didn't ask me that. And so find that spot first. You're not squeezing, and then just let this relax here, and put some of the weight of your hand and your thumb there. Then you're going to lift this way. And I'm using my thumb, by the way. Okay, I think it's refreshed, everybody. But by the thumb, I'm using my thumb energy that way. That'll help, because those very small drums, when you play a doom, it wants to move around a lot. Okay, so that's really crucial. How to keep the energy forward and still not tightening up right there. So I'm not sure if that helps. And also if you're tapping along, you could use the balls of your feet or your heels going back and forth this way. Oh yeah, and this is Rima uses this stuff. This is carpet padding or stuff you put on your shelves, and you put that right here, and then you can, and that keeps it from sliding around. A lot of people use that. I've also used a piece of leather, it works really good, or suede on your lap right there. And they make suede out of tofu now, just in case you're vegan. And but that works really good. Carpet padding stuff, just the inexpensive stuff, not the really thick, cushiony stuff. And the other question, how do you play the pa in speed? It's really fast. Your pa is not just throwing your hand in and out in the middle, right? Because you could do a pa with a full hand, and sometimes that's okay, but sometimes it's not the tone you want. You want to get like this poppy sound. So when you have a double pa, like first of all, how to go from the doom to a pa, your hand almost feels like it wants to constrict from the pa, and loosening up to go to the doom is the hard thing. So sometimes the pa, I'll put the thumb first on the bottom to get an extra dry sound. So it's actually instead of coming that way, the pa is first in slow motion, it's doing that, and then these fingers come over. It helps mute it first. If not, I do it this way. And the grab is what helps it. Because if not, it's just going to ring, right? If I do that, it's just going to ring. If I just keep my hand in a position in slow motion, I want to grab a little bit. And it's a fast activity, right? Pa, pa. So if you just practice pa, pa, and ka, you go pa, pa, ka, pa, pa, ka, pa, pa, ka, pa, pa, ka, pa, pa. I'm kind of doing this. I'm using the wrist. It's not the so a lot of times with doubles, what happens, instead of with one motion, the one big wave motion, you get two sounds by going down, lift, right? Down, lift. Same thing with the pa, down, lift, right? Pa, pa, pa. As opposed to thinking of two separate motions that way. One big motion and using the wrist, I'm throwing down the wrist, and then the wrist again on the second one, right? Bounce, lift, bounce, lift. Pa pa ka ka 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 pa pa ka ka. Without stiffening up that lead wrist though. Pa pa ka ka 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 pa pa ka ka. And I'm really throwing my energy from back here, especially when I go fast. Now it's not just purely here, but it's throwing it from back here because you want to alleviate pressure here. So let me know if that helps. If it doesn't, we can talk about it. If you're playing handheld, by the way, you can do the pa is going to be right here, heel of the hand there, and then just the fingertips, right? Doom doom pa pa, doom doom pa pa, doom doom pa pa, doom. Or pa pa ka ka pa pa ka ka, doom doom ka ka pa pa ka ka, doom doom ka ka pa. Doom doom ka ka pa pa ka ka, 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 doom doom. And sometimes just practice two pas by itself. Pa pa, pa pa. But you can fill it in if you want. So hopefully that helps some more. All right, let's do the one that's called, yes, Middle Eastern arrangement, but the Middle Eastern grooves actually, but the piece is called something else. It's called Middle Eastern grooves for level 1 class. So let's start off with the break 1. With the one in red, the first one in red, we basically did a variation of that. Now this is an 8-beat rhythm. All these are in 4/4. Okay. So you see 8 beats there. We could think of 2 bars of 4 or one big thing of 8. But let's think of 4 right now, because all the rhythms will be in 4. Some of them will even be in 2. We go back to here. Let's sing break 1. 1, 2, ready, and teka teka pa. Then teka teka pa, then teka 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 pa. Visualize your hands. Teka teka pa, teka teka pa, teka 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 teka. Now let's play and teka teka pa, teka teka pa, teka 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 pa, teka teka pa, teka teka pa, teka 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 teka. 2 more. Teka teka pa, teka teka pa, teka teka teka. Now start softly, crescendo. Teka teka pa, teka teka pa. Get louder. Teka 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 pa. Crescendo means you just get louder. So if we play the first 2 soft, medium tempo, on all these breaks, play the first 2 medium volume, and then the third one, bring it down to nothing, and then we get louder. All right. We'll do that when we get there. Let's just go through this first rhythm, the melody rhythm. There's a few different ways to play the melody, but the basic one is long, long, short, short, long, long, short, short, long. Dun, 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 right? Doom space, tech cut, tech space, doom space. Just make sure you can play the main rhythm, dun, just even with one hand, so at least you have it in your body, which is 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and, or doom, doom, tech cut, tech, doom, tech pa. One more, doom, doom, tech cut, tech, doom, tech pa. Good. Let's play the first 2 beats of the melody rhythm, which is this. We're just going to loop that, the first 2 beats. Doom, doom, tech, tech, doom, doom, tech, tech. 1 and 2 E and. What am I feeling internally? You got it. Tech, 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 tech. Accent. Make sure you accent the last tech. Tech, tech. Tall notes are louder. Tekka, 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 tekka. Great. Let's loop the 3rd and 4th beat of that rhythm. It's going to go doom, tekka, pa. A little slower because that's actually hard. Doom, tekka, pa. Doom, tekka, pa. 3rd and 4th beat. Doom, tekka, pa. And doom, tekka, pa. 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 Doom, one more time. Doom, tekka, pa. A little bit faster. Doom, tekka, pa. 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 Awesome. Let's put all those 4 beats together. Sing it slow once. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doom, doom, tekka, tech. Doom, tekka, pa. Doom, doom, tekka, tech. Doom, tekka, pa. And doom, doom, tekka, tech. Doom, tekka, pa. Doom, doom, tekka, tech. Doom, tekka, pa. Doom, doom, tekka, tech. Doom, tekka, pa. And doom, doom, tekka, tech. Doom, tekka, pa. And doom, doom, tekka, tech. Doom, tekka, pa. And doom, doom, tekka, tech. Doom, tekka, pa. Doom, doom, tekka, tech. Doom, tekka, pa. Doom, doom, tekka, tech. Doom. 2 more. Doom, doom, tekka, tech. Doom, tekka, pa. 1 more. Doom, doom. Now let's go to break number 1. So, tekka, tekka, pa. Tekka, tekka, pa. Tekka, 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 pa. Just 1 more. Tekka, tekka, pa. Tekka, tekka, pa. Then let's go back to melody and doom, doom, tekka, tek, doom, tekka, pa. Doom, doom, tekka, tek, doom, tekka. And that's why we want to always keep the pulse steady. And that'll create a thread between all the rhythms and breaks, which is doom, doom, tekka, tek, doom, tekka, pa. 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 2 more. Doom, doom, tekka, tek, doom, tekka, pa. 1 more. Doom, doom. Now let's look at the next rhythm. In time, it's going to go like this. Doom, ka, tek, doom, doom, pa. Shift to telly. Doom, ka, tek, doom, doom, pa. Doom, ka, tek, doom. 1 more. Doom, ka, tek, doom, doom, pa. Good. So the 3rd and 4th beat of that rhythm is easy. It goes doom, doom, pa. Doom, doom, pa. You'll notice a lot of these little cells of all these rhythms. If you isolate them, there's just a few of them, and it's just different combinations of them that make up these rhythms. Doom, doom, pa. Doom, doom, pa. pa. Let's play the first two beats of that rhythm, and those first two beats are kind of a malfouf. Malfouf's later, but if we replace those pas with a tek, which is on the fourth line, it's just going to go the first two beats of the shiftatelli, doom, ka, tek, doom, ka, tek. If you play it all with one hand, it goes like this: long, short, long, short, long, long, short, long, short, long, dun, 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 dun. And if you split up in the hands, doom, ka, tek, 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 doom, ka, tek. Feel the empty space on the second beat. 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a. It's 8 little beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Good. Let's put the whole thing together. It goes doom, ka, tek, doom, doom, pa. Doom, ka, tek, doom, doom, pa. Doom, ka, tek, doom, doom, pa. One more. Doom, ka, tek. Let's do break number 1 now, which is tekka, tekka, pa. Tekka, tekka, pa. Tekka, 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 pa. 3 times. Tekka, tekka, pa. Tekka, tekka, pa. Tekka, 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 tekka. Now this last one, make it soft. Tekka, tekka, pa. Tekka, and then get louder and tekka, 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 pa. Good. Let's do the first part of this sequence. We're going to do melody 8 times, shiftatelli 8 times, and the break 3 times. Okay? So on all of these, by the way, especially that last one, the try this one, the building blocks one, where we went from doom ka tekka, pa ka tekka, and you can, once this stops, you could always go back and stream it, and you know, the next few hours or days or whenever you're going to play it again, you could go back and listen to it, and also go to the lower right corner of your little YouTube screen, the gear setting, and you could do it at normal speed, 3/4 speed, and even half speed. So you have the luxury of going back into that. We're gonna do a little 12% faster for all you out there. All right, let's do it here. 8 of each for just the first 3 lines: melody, shiftatelli, and break 1. We're gonna sing it once, We're gonna count it once, sing it once, then we start. So 1, 2, ready, and doom, doom, tekka, tek, doom, tekka, pa, and doom, doom, tekka, tek, doom, tekka, pa. Doom, doom, tekka, tek, doom, tekka, pa. Doom, doom, tekka, tek, doom, tekka, pa. Doom, doom, tekka, tek, doom. 4 more. Doom, doom, tekka, tek, doom, tekka, pa. Doom, doom, tekka, tek, doom. Can you feel your pulse? One more. Doom, doom, tekka, tek. Now shiftatelli and doom, ka, tek, doom, doom, pa. 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 4 more. Doom, ka, tek, doom, doom, pa. Doom, ka, tek. Can you feel the size of your body or dance? One more. Doom, ka, tek. Good. Break number 1. Tekka, tekka, pa. Tekka, tekka, pa. Tekka, 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 pa. Tekka, tekka, pa. Tekka, tekka, pa. Tekka, tekka, tekka. One more. Start nice and soft. Tekka, tekka, pa. Tekka, tekka, pa. Get louder. Tekka, 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 pa. Good. Now let's do the malfouf and the khaliji, okay? They're both the same exact rhythm, which is the same exact rhythm of the first 2 beats of the shiftatelli, which is long, short, long, short, long. Dun, da, dun, dun, dun. This is a very ubiquitous rhythm around the world. Whatever thing you played on. Or, right? Whatever it is you're going to play it on. Dun, 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 dun. And how we're going to split it up, instead of going doom, ka, tek, now it's going to go doom, ka, pa, doom, ka, pa. So in super slow motion, if you think of 8 beats, doom, ka, pa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the 5 is empty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're a righty, the hands are gonna go like this: right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, right. If you're a lefty, it's left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left. That's it. Boom, ga ba, ga ba. And if some of you have played this before, and if it seems slow, you could add some embellishments. Doom, ga ba, ga ba. Doom, ga ba, ga ba. Doom, ga ba, ga ba. Doom. You can fill in the space with doom, ga ga ba, ga ga ba, ga. Doom, ga ga ba, ga ga ba, ga. Doom, ga ga. As long as you keep the groove right and the main parts of the rhythm there, it's all good. Doom, ga ba, ga ba. Doom, ga ba, ga ba. Good. Now, if you look at the Khaliji, it's the same exact rhythm, but you change 2 of the tones. But the hands are still the same. If you're righty, it's still right, left, or left, left, right? So you change that first pa into a doom and the second pa into a tek. Okay, so just the first beat by itself is doom, ka doom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the next 2 notes, doom, ka, tek. Doom, ka, tek. Doom, ka, tek. Doom, ka, tek. Back to the malfouf. Doom ka ba ka ba. 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 Good. And then the Khaliji. Doom ka tek. Doom ka tek. Doom ka tek. Awesome. Two more. Doom, ka, doom. Good. And then break number 2 goes like this. Tekka, tekka, doom, doom. Tekka, tekka, doom, doom. Tekka, doom, tekka, doom, tekka, doom. Pa. All right. So let's do that one. The first 2 beats are easy because they're the same as the 3rd and 4th beat, which is tekka, tekka, doom, doom. Tekka, tekka, doom, doom. Tekka, tekka, doom, doom. And we do that 2 times, and then the 5th, 6th, 7th beat is just tekka doom. We did this in the warm-ups. Tekka doom, tekka doom, tekka doom, then pa. Try that. Tekka doom, tekka doom, tekka doom, pa. Tekka doom, tekka doom, tekka doom, pa. Tekka doom, tekka doom, tekka doom, pa. One more. Tekka doom, tekka doom. Good. Let's put all of it together. Right? Does that make sense? Tekka doom. Just do that all day long. Let's sing the whole thing once. We're going to sing it once, then play it. And then play 2 times. Break 2. 1, 2, let's just sing it. Tekka, tekka, doom, doom. Tekka, tekka, doom, doom. Tekka, doom, tekka, doom. Tekka, doom, pa, and play. Tekka, tekka, doom, doom. Tekka, tekka, doom, doom. Tekka, doom, tekka, doom. Tekka, doom, pa. One more. Tekka, doom, doom. Tekka, tekka, doom, doom. Tekka, doom, tekka, doom. Ready and stop. Let's go from the malfouf to the khaliji to the break 2. Okay? All right. We're going to go back to the speed where we're at the belly, right? Dun, dun, dun. So as long as you keep some variation of this rhythm, you'll be fine. Doom, ka, tek. Maybe turn it right there. Count to 4, then we go right in, right from the mouth. Okay, so 1, 2, ready, and doom ka ba ka ba, 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 5 ka ba ka ba, doom ka ba ka ba, doom ka ba. Halfway, 9 ka ba ka ba, doom ka ba ka ba, doom ka ba ka ba. 4 more, doom ka ba ka ba, doom ka ba ka ba. Good. Now we're gonna do the Khaliji. Here we go. And doom ka tek, doom ka tek, doom ka tek, ka doom ka tek, doom ka tek, doom ka tek. Again, doom ka tek, doom ka tek, doom ka tek. I might have went longer. 4 more. Doom ka tek, doom ka tek. And here's break number 2. 1, 2, ready, and tekka doom, tekka doom, tekka doom. 2 more times. Tekka doom, tekka doom, tekka. Good. Start really soft. Tekka doom, tekka. Get louder. Go back to the melody, to the very top, and doom, tekka doom, tekka pa. Doom, tekka doom. We're gonna go through the whole thing. Doom, tekka doom, tekka pa. Doom, tekka. Good. 4 more. Doom, tekka doom, tekka pa. Doom, tekka doom, tekka pa. Doom, tekka doom, tekka pa. Last one. Doom. Shift the telly. Doom, tekka doom, pa. Tekka doom, pa. Tek, doom, pa. Doom, tek, 4 more times. And doom, tek, doom, pa. Doom, tek, doom, pa. Doom, tek, doom. One more. Break number 1. Tekka pa. Tekka pa. Tekka pa. Tekka pa. Tekka pa. Tekka. Now softly. Tekka pa. Tekka. Let it grow. Tekka. Mal foof. And doom ka pa. 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 Good. Halfway. Doom ka pa. Doom ka pa. Try to sing it to yourself. 4 more. Doom ka pa. Doom ka pa. Here comes the Khaliji. And doom ka tek. 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 Good. Halfway. Doom ka tek. Doom ka tek. Doom ka tek. Doom ka tek. 2 more. Break number 2 and tekka doom, tekka doom, tekka doom, pa. Tekka doom, tekka doom. One more time, nice and soft. Tekka doom, tekka doom, tekka. Good. Let's do the Mas Smoothie, which is doom, tekka tek, doom, tekka pa. One more, doom, tekka tek, doom, tekka pa. Good. So that was a lot. I mean, we could just stop it right there, but there's just one more rhythm. Let's just try it. This next one's not hard. The first 4 beats, this is an 8-beat rhythm. The first 4 beats are fairly easy. The first is just first beat is a doom. Another doom. On the third beat, you have tekka. We've already done hundreds of those in this class, and then a tek. First 4 beats, doom, tekka, tek. Doom, tekka, tek. Doom, tekka, tek. One more, doom, tekka, tek. Good. The next 4 beats, we did this in the warm-up. It goes doom, tekka, tekka, pa. Don't be confused by the tall Ks. Those are just accents. If you don't look at the tall notes, It goes 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Right, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, or left, left, right, left, 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 right, left. At that tempo, it's doom, teka, teka, tek, teka, teka, pa. Doom, teka, teka, tek, teka, teka, pa. Doom, teka, teka, tek, teka, teka, pa. Dun, da, 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 da. Dun, teka, teka, tek. And then you can swing the cause, going doom, teka, teka, tek, teka, teka, pa. Doom, teka, teka, tek, teka, teka, pa. Doom, teka, teka, tek, teka, teka, pa. Good. Let's do the whole thing of just the Masmudi. Let's do it 4 times and then break 1 and 2. And how do we have break 1 and 2? This time is different. Instead of doing each one 3 times, we're going to do break 1 1 time, break 2 1 time, and then do that whole sequence again, break 1 1 time, break 2 1 time. So let's do the Masmudi 4 times and then do that part, the last part. I guess I could have made that red. Daddy wasn't thinking. All right. At this tempo, 4 Masmudis. So 1, 2, ready, and doom, doom, teka, teka, tek, doom, teka, teka, tek, teka, teka, pa, doom, doom, teka, teka, tek, doom, teka, teka, tek, teka, teka, pa, doom, doom, teka, teka, tek, doom, teka, teka, tek. One more time, doom, doom, teka, teka, tek, doom, teka, teka, tek. Break number 1. Teka, teka, pa, teka, teka, pa, teka, 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 teka. Break 2. Teka, teka, doom, doom, teka, teka, doom, doom, teka, doom, teka. Do that again. Teka, pa, teka, teka, pa, teka, teka, pa, teka, 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 teka. Now nice and soft too. Teka, teka, doom, doom. Crescendo. Teka, doom, teka, doom, teka, doom, pa. Awesome. Let's try that whole thing once. Might as well. Right, we got this far into it. Can't just drop out then. Relax that arm for a second. Well, that's on the drum. I'm not sure if anybody's. Maybe on this time I'll play it holding it up this way. I'll play this drum in case any of you want to try it. Handheld. All right. Put this down here. Okay. Right, there's my doom here. Teka, pa. Let's try it. Everything cool out there? Cool. Let me just move this out the way. Here we go. Count to 4. That's a good tempo. Just all the way through as written. 8 melodies, 8 shiftatellis. Break 1 3 times. Malfoof 16. Khaliji. Break 2. Masmudi. Break 1 and 2. 1, 2 from the top. Doom, doom, teka, tek, doom, teka, pa. Doom, doom, teka, tek, doom, teka, pa. Doom, doom, teka, tek, doom, teka, pa. Doom, doom, teka, tek, doom. 4 more. Doom, doom, teka, tek, doom, teka, pa. Doom, doom, teka, tek, doom, teka, pa. Doom, doom, teka, tek, doom, teka, pa. Doom, doom, teka, ta. Shift-a-telly. Doom, teka, tek, doom, doom, pa. Doom, tek, 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 tek, doom, doom. 2 more. Doom, tek. Break number 1. Teka, teka, pa. Teka, teka, pa. Teka, 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 pa. Teka, teka, pa. Teka, teka, pa. Teka, 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 teka. Softer. Teka, teka, pa. Teka, teka, pa. Teka, 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 teka. Malfoof. And doom, ka, pa, doom, ka, pa, doom, ka, pa. You can also go doom, ka, pa, doom, ka, pa, doom, ka, pa. Halfway. Doom, ka, pa, doom, ka, pa, doom, ka, pa, doom, ka, pa. 2 more. Khaliji. Doom, ka, tek, doom, ka, tek, doom, ka, Break number 2, here we go, and tekka tekka doom doom, tekka tekka doom doom, tekka doom, tekka doom, tekka doom pa. Tekka tekka doom doom, tekka tekka doom doom, tekka doom, tekka doom. 2 more. Tekka tekka doom doom, tekka. Sorry, 1 more. That was it. Doom tekka doom. Ready, mas moody doom doom. Tekka tekka tek. Doom tekka tekka tek, tekka tekka pa. Doom doom. Tekka tekka tek. Doom tekka tekka tek, tekka tekka pa. 2 more. Doom doom. Tekka tekka tek. Doom tekka tekka tek, tekka tekka pa. 1 more. Doom doom. Tekka tekka tek. Doom, tekka tekka tek. Break number 1. Tekka tekka pa. Tekka tekka pa. Tekka 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 2. Tekka tekka doom doom. Tekka tekka doom doom. Tekka doom tekka doom. Break 1. Tekka tekka pa. Tekka tekka pa. Tekka 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 tekka. Last one, 2. Tekka tekka doom doom. Tekka tekka doom doom. Tekka doom tekka doom tekka doom pa. Woo, all right. That was great. Thank you. Thank you. Let's do one more thing in our last 10 minutes or so. You can go back and rewind that and, like I said, do that at a slower tempo and whatnot. Last one we're going to do is called Older Country. We haven't done it in this live stream yet. We did it like 6 or 7 weeks ago. I think in my class here. This was before the time of the pandemic when people were actually coming in my studio. And but we're gonna do it. Here we go. It's called Older Country, Older Country, Older Country. Why? Because there's another piece called Old Country. This is a variation on that. We'll see if we get through the whole thing. And this one's kind of syncopated, but it's there. Right? It's 8-beat rhythms, and there's a bunch. We'll just go through each line a few. We'll just loop each line a few times, but everything is based on the first line. The second line is just a little embellishment of that. You had a few tekkas in between. And the third line, it still has all the dooms, the text, the capital text, and the dooms and the pause. Also, it just had a few more tekkas. And then the end is this kind of just a cadence at the end, right? Like a fill-in. But let's just start from the beginning. We'll do it nice and slow today. And the next time we'll pick it up at a faster pace. And always feel free to email during the week. You know, you have our ashevillepercussion@gmail.com. Email, you have me personally on there, Brandy, whoever you want to contact, feel free to contact them if you have any questions. So I'm just going to sing through that first one, okay? The first line, it goes doom, tech, doom, pa, pa, doom, tech, doom, doom, pa. It's doom, tech, doom, pa, pa, doom, tech, doom, doom, pa. Just let me say the fourth and fifth beat are the hardest. Why? Because they're empty, right? Doom, pa, pa, doom, tech. So let's just loop it. You'll get it. 1, 2, here we go. Doom, tech, doom, pa, pa, doom, tech, doom, doom. Feel the pulse. Doom, tech, doom, pa, pa, doom, tech. Make sure you tap along. One more. Doom, tech, doom, pa, pa, doom. Actually, one more time. Doom, tech, doom, pa, pa, doom, tech. Try the second line. And it goes doom, tech, doom, pa, pa, doom, tech, doom, doom, pa. Let's take that a little bit slower. Exact same thing. Just gotta throw in 2 tekkas, right? Let's do the first 3 beats, ending on a third beat. Doom, tekka, doom. Doom, tekka, doom. Add the rest. Doom, tekka, doom, pa. Do that again. Doom, tekka, doom, pa. One more. Doom, tekka, doom, pa. That's the hardest part of that piece. Let's loop it. At that slow tempo. 1, 2, ready, second line. Doom, tekka, doom, pa, pa. Doom, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Doom, tekka, doom, pa, pa. Doom, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Doom, tekka, doom, pa, pa. Doom, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Doom, tekka, doom, pa, pa. Doom, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Doom, tek a tek, tek a doom pa, pa, doom tek, tek a doom doom pa. One more, doom tek a tek, tek a doom pa, pa, doom tek, tek a doom doom pa. Okay, I know this one's a little bit more tricky because not everything's just right on the beat like the other ones, right? They just plow themselves through. They're just like a tractor going through a field. This one's different. You got to dance through the field. All right. So you're going to add a tekka pa and a tekka doom on this one, which were the spaces, right? Let's just do a tekka pa and a tekka doom loop like this. Tekka pa, tekka doom. 1 E and a 2 E and a tekka pa, tekka doom. Tekka pa, tekka doom. Tekka pa, tekka doom. Tekka pa, tekka doom. So the pas and the dooms are on the upbeats, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or 1 and 2 and 1 and. Good. Now at that tempo, let's just sing through the whole third line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka, doom, pa, tekka, doom, tek, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka, doom, pa, tekka, doom, tek, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka, doom, pa, tekka, doom, tek, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka, doom, pa, tekka, doom, tek, tekka, doom. With the tek at the end. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka, doom, pa, tekka, doom, tek, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka, doom, pa, tekka, doom, tek, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka, doom, pa, tekka, doom, tek, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka, doom, pa, tekka, doom, tek, tekka, doom. One more. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka, doom, pa, tekka, doom, tek, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Cool. That one's kind of challenging, but we could go back and do it and listen to it, and you have the music with you and the recording. The last one is just a fill, and we'll see how much of this we can do today. It's basically about the same thing, but except for the doom pa on the third beat, you fill that in with a tekka tekka. And also on the sixth beat where you have a tek tekka, it's just tekka tekka. So you're just replacing two of the parts with a tekka tekka. That's all we're doing, really. And on the fourth beat, actually, it's a doom tekka instead of tekka pa. So I kind of forget what I said. It's a little bit more challenging. There's just a couple of turnarounds. Let's sing it once, though, and then you'll just feel it. Okay? 1, 2, ready, and doom, tekka, tek, tekka, 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 doom, tekka, tekka, doom, tekka, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka, 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 doom, tekka, tekka, doom, tekka, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Again, doom, tekka, tek, tekka, 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 doom, tekka, tekka, doom, tekka, tekka. Let's play now. And doom, tekka, tek, tekka, 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 doom, tekka, tekka, doom, tekka, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka, 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 doom, tekka, tekka, doom, tekka, tekka, doom, doom, pa. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka, 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 doom, tekka, tekka, doom, tekka, tekka, doom, doom, pa. One more. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka, 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 doom, tekka, tekka, doom, tekka, tekka. Ready and stop. Just in the last couple of minutes, let's try looping this whole thing 2 times at that nice slow tempo, and then we'll do it once at tempo, okay? Each line 2 times only, just as written. Each line 2 times. Line 1, 2, 3, 4, and then again, line 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll stop, and then we'll just do it fast to end it. Just so you have as a recording at this tempo. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, and doom, tek, doom, pa, pa, doom, tek, doom, doom, pa, doom, tek, doom, pa, pa, doom, tek. Line number 2. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka, doom, pa, pa, doom, tek, tekka, doom, doom, pa, doom, tekka, tek, tekka, doom, pa, pa, doom, tek, tekka. Line number 3. Doom, tekka, tek, tekka, doom, pa, tekka, doom, tek, tekka, doom, doom, pa, tekka, doom, take a doom pa, take a pa, take a doom, take a line number 4. Doom, take a doom, take a doom, take a doom, doom pa, take a doom, take a doom, take a doom, back to the top and doom, doom pa, doom doom pa, doom pa, doom line number 2. Doom take a doom pa, doom take a doom pa, doom take a doom pa, doom take a line number 3. Doom take a doom pa, take a doom doom pa, take a doom pa, take a doom line number 4. Doom take a doom, take a doom doom pa, take a doom doom pa. Good. Let's do it once faster. I know some of you can't, and if some of you it's hard, just play the main parts of the rhythms, right? You don't have to play the in-between techo parts, right? Just one time through. Or should we do two? Kind of have to do 2 times through. Here we go. From the top, 2 times each line. Faster. 1, 2, ready, and doom, tech, doom, pa, doom, tech, doom, pa, doom, tech, doom, pa, doom, tech, doom, pa. Next, doom, take a doom, pa, doom, tech, a doom, pa, doom, take a doom, pa, doom, take a line number 3. Doom, take a doom, pa, take a doom, take a doom, pa, take a doom, take a doom, pa, take a doom, take a line 4. Doom, take a doom, take a doom, doom, pa, take a doom, take a doom, back to the top and doom, doom, pa, doom, doom, pa, doom, doom, pa, line number 2. Doom, take a doom, pa, doom, take a doom, pa, doom, take a doom, pa, doom, take a line number 3. Doom, take a doom, pa, take a doom, take a doom, pa, take a doom, doom, pa, take a doom, line number 4. Doom, take a doom, take a doom, doom, pa, take a doom, doom, pa. Woo! Great job, everybody. That sounds awesome. Very, 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 very good. Thank you for doing all that. That 90 minutes went by super duper fast. Thank you. And I think I'm just going to end with a quick little frame drum meditation. I'm going to put these on to make sure everything sounds okay. So get back into, or you can play along. You just jam out with me. Whatever you want to do. It's fine. I'm going to use this as a beginning point, this older country part, and then just move around from there. One, 2, 3, 4. Have a wonderful Wednesday evening, and I'll see you next week at the same time in the same place. Bye-bye.